Morning, everyone. Welcome to your Monday morning espresso shot. All right, let us begin now with our Monday morning espresso shot. Let us place our awareness in the area of the heart. And take slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. And just perform these 2 simple steps today at this time. Just placing your awareness in the area of the heart, taking slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. And experience a regenerative emotion too, if you want. But for now, just the first 2 steps. Slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. Just feel your body just slowing down, but not in a sleepy-headed state, more in an active, alert state. And feeling that peace and calm and the power that it brings from within. Maintain that awareness in the area of the heart and continue to take slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. Beautiful. Notice if there are any thoughts coming into your mind. Just observe them. Allow these thoughts to just pass right through. Slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. Wonderful. Thank you for joining me for the 5 minutes of heart-focused breathing technique. That's what that technique is called. And it was pioneered by the HeartMath folks. So kudos to them for coming up with such a simple technique to allow us to actually restore balance in our bodies. And the next one we'll do very soon. After the next 5-minute segment, we'll even kick it up a notch. So let us talk about the I did know that moment. And let us begin to take a look at the concept of key to what makes you tick. This is an interesting concept where individuals who tend to do things without really having to be forced to do things. This is your natural go-to state. So whenever you are doing something and something comes up that is one of these, you will automatically go and do that and procrastinate on the other. This is where you lose yourself in doing something that you truly love and that you're driven from within. And so what is it that makes you tick? There's a word for that in the world of emotional intelligence, and that word is intrinsic motivator. Something that is within you that motivates you to do things automatically without thinking, without somebody asking you to do it. So wouldn't it be nice if you knew what makes you tick from within? What is it that allows you to just move in that direction? For me, it is solving a problem, but not just any problem. If you present a problem to me that requires me to reach out to more people, and there's a challenge that I can only reach 5 people with my message, but there's 100 people out there, that problem I will solve. And despite anything else that's going on in my life, that's the first thing I'll work on. I'm just motivated by reaching out to people. So what is your intrinsic motivator? The actual definition of intrinsic motivator is that it is a self-desire to seek out new things and new challenges, and the actual operative word or words are self-desire, and that's something that you're driven from within. So think about the things that make you tick, that no one needs to ask you to do, and then ask yourself, how often am I allowing myself to explore these depths? And how often am I forced into my 9-to-5 job, or I'm forced to do something and I don't like it? See, your intrinsic motivator is what is your life purpose is all about. Now, it doesn't mean that intrinsic motivator is like being a doctor. That's not an intrinsic motivator. Let me give you an example of that. There are 7 categories of intrinsic motivator. The first one is ideological. And this is one of those things where this is likely mine. You have black and white views. Although I don't have black and white views, but some of these things will resonate with you more or not if you're ideological. Starting new things. I love starting new things. I can identify risks from left, right, and center. I can see things around corners. This is what I like to tell to my business coaching clients, is that I can see around corners and I can help you mitigate risks. I come up with innovative ideas. I love chaos because I can help organize chaos. And I have no problems being alone. And there's a lot more of that. So if this resonates with who you are, at least most of these traits, then ideological is a category for intrinsic motivator. That means that if in your workplace or if in your activities you don't have these opportunities, you will collapse. That's just one. The second one is basically serving. And this is not mine, but if you are one with a serving motivator, you basically are a leader of servants. You are a leader and you show how to support others. You meet needs of others. You love seeing others succeed. You are very loyal. You empower leaders. It's the old adage, and it used to say about women, it says that behind every great man is a woman. Of course, behind every great woman is a man as well. And so in this one, it is that kind of a statement that could apply to you, that you are behind a very great person, whoever that person is. Your actions are speaking louder than words. This is who you are. So there's 7 of these. The other ones are cognitive, connective, resourceful, advancing, and internalizing. Now, if you want to know what your intrinsic motivators are, at least the first 2, there is a website you can go and get a free assessment done. So it's right here. You can do this using this particular tool. And if you pledge, and you don't have to pledge for this, this is a Kickstarter program where startup companies do this. But if you pledge $50, you get a deck of cards specifically for your particular motivator, intrinsic motivator, and then you can play a game with that and try and get to know yourself better. I'll send you the link to the actual self-assessment tool on the replay, and you can use it and see if you can find out what your intrinsic motivators are from one of the 7. You might be surprised with what you get. All right. So then now let's begin our quick coherence technique. Let us place our awareness in the area of our heart. Take slow, deep breaths. And visualize these flowing in and out of our hearts. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. And just settle into your bodies. Slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. And now experience a regenerative emotion, a positive feeling of love, appreciation, peace, gratitude, courage. And just draw that in with each breath. As you take these slow, deep breaths, visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. And experiencing regenerative emotions. Beautiful. Bring forward the emotions of compassion, of appreciation, of gratitude. Allow your body to experience this. Your body won't know the difference, whether you're experiencing it in the now or whether it's a past experience. It just experiences it in the now. Maintain the slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. And experience a regenerative emotion. Slow, deep breaths. If your shoulders are moving up and down, just soften your breathing process. It doesn't have to be laborious. Just gentle in and gentle out. Excellent. Thank you so much for participating in this Monday morning's espresso shot. Really appreciate your presence here. We will now move into the Q&A section, so if you have any questions, please do type those in. Would love to hear from you. If not, we can certainly close this particular session off and move on to preparing for next week. All right. So any questions, please do share with us. Anything about intrinsic motivators or anything from the past. Wonderful. I don't see any questions coming through. Sounds like we're all in bliss mode right now with all that meditation. So another kudos to HeartMath folks for coming up with some wonderful techniques. There are more advanced techniques, and that for my other programs that I will launch very soon, we can experience that. If there are no questions, then I will just say thank you so much for joining me today. All the best to you for the week, and please do keep in touch via email. I'll be happy to respond that way. All right? Thank you so much. Take care and have a wonderful, wonderful week.